are getting much, much worse than all of us expected. So I think
In fact, coming in now this hour, a mass drone attack has hit several districts of the Ukrainian capital of Kyiv. Eyewitness footage captured earlier showed air raid sirens blaring across an empty Kyiv street, warning residents of the incoming Russian strike. Kyiv's mayor Vitaly Klitschko has said swarms of drones continue to move towards the Ukrainian capital and warned of a danger of Russian missiles being deployed. Klitschko said a strike had damaged the top floor and apartment block and non-residential areas in the Solomiansky Air District near the center of the capital. He said 11 people were injured, including 6 receiving treatment in hospital. Dr. Aaron Watson, even as Donald Trump says at this G7 summit, that Russia's exclusion was not a good step and he blames Trudeau and Obama for it. This news from Kyiv, a reminder that that conflict is still raging as well. Of course, while the focus is on this new conflict of Iran and Israel, this fresh drone strike clearly reminds us that that conflict is showing no signs of ebbing out either.
It's quite an interesting experience to be sitting here listening to all of these live updates, wondering if I'm commentating on the start of World War III, and I mean that in a nice, light-hearted kind of way. Look, as you say, it's like strike while the attention is elsewhere as well. Everyone's focus at the moment is on what's going on in Iran and Israel and Gaza. And yes, as you say, that conflict is still ongoing in Ukraine as well. And sure, whether or not it's related to the G7 or not, I mean, I think in our order of priorities right now, the G7 is really an outcome from the G7 is so far down our priority list. Perhaps it's got something to do with that, perhaps not. But, what we're seeing here is really just an escalation, multiple crises at the moment in different parts of the world. And, it's sort of tariffs is one thing, but these have very real consequences for people's lives. And the governance in these nation states. So I think that it's not surprising where we're seeing Trump's attention be diverted here, and I suspect that these conflicts as well are at the very forefront of those conversations between the European leaders. I mean the EU plus European leaders at the G7. That they're going to be really concerned about what's going on in Ukraine right now. I mean, this is a conflict on their doorstep. This is a conflict that's playing out around the South Caucasus and Central Asia as well. Really huge, significant consequences there. So, I suspect that their conversation is probably less about tariffs and more what's going on in these conflicts right now.
Absolutely. Now we are, of course, going to keenly look at the wordings